All right, here we are, clue number 8. Time to take a look and see what's inside. Don't forget to grab your fabric guide so that way you have all the fabrics ready to go. We have 2 rectangles of fabric C. We have 2 longer rectangles of fabric C. We have 2 long skinny rectangles of fabric C. All right, now we have something to really pay attention to. Both of these triangle sets are fabric E. However, they're both different. These right here, we have 2 triangles of E that these 2 corners have been cut at what looks like to be a 45-degree angle. This set, which there are 4 of them, this set of fabric E have been clipped on 3 of the points. So all 3 points have been clipped, and they're cut a little bit differently because not only is the top cut off, but the sides are cut straight across instead of at that 45-degree angle. So even on the instructions it says these triangles have 3 clipped corners. Use them in step 1 of section 8B/8C. So pay very close attention. They're the same size, but they're slightly different shaped. So we have 4 of the triangles that have all 3 corners clipped and 2 of fabric E for the ones that don't have all 3 corners clipped. We have 2 triangles of fabric F. We have 8 smaller triangles of fabric C. There are 4 rectangles of fabric A and 4 rectangles of fabric D. So these are all the fabrics that we have in this one. Again, pay very close attention to that fabric E, and let me go ahead and move these onto the table behind me and we'll get started. All right, here we go. Step number 1 of section 8A, we're gonna make 2 of these. So the first thing that we need to do is join triangle of F fabric to triangle of E fabric, and we're gonna press towards E fabric. So I'm just gonna go ahead and lay these on top of each other and sew them just like this. Okay, I've sewn my 2 half square triangles together. So now I'm just pressing them towards E, which in my case is the orange fabric. We should have 2 that look like this whenever it is all said and done with. There we go, we got 2 of those ready to go. Okay, let me grab my fabric for step number 2. All right, for step number 2, we're going to go ahead and join a rectangle of C to the left of step 1 and press towards C. Remember, we're grabbing the rectangle that is the same size as the half square triangle set. So don't grab those long rectangles, grab the one that's the same height as our half square triangles. Okay, there we go. We are pressing, I should say. We're pressing towards the C fabric, just like so. And there we go. That's pretty good, and I've done that twice. And now we're gonna move on to step number 3. Okay, moving on to step number 3 of section 8A. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna grab my long rectangle of C, and we're gonna attach it to the top of step 2, so that way it kind of forms that little border right there. And it says to press towards the long rectangle. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this on both of my pieces, and we'll come back. All right, there we go. I have gone ahead and sewn on fabric C to the top of what we've had already, so that way it comes out just like that, and we are done with these. This went really, really quickly. We have 2 of those, and we're gonna label these section 8A. All right, here we are ready to move on. We will now be making 4 units of the same that will then become sections 8B and 8C. So for our first step, we need to join a triangle of C to the top right of a triangle E, and we're gonna press that towards C. Then we're gonna add a second triangle of C to the top left, and we're gonna press this towards our C fabric again. So we're gonna make 4 of these in total. It's a flying geese. If you've done quilting before, you know that this is just a flying geese pattern. So we're gonna attach the right, then the left, and then we'll have our completed block where we can move on to our next step. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, I finished step number 1. I've pushed all of our seams out towards fabric C. Let's move on to step number 2. All right, for step number 2, we need to join rectangles of D and A. We're gonna press towards D, in this case my green fabric. We're gonna make 4 of these. Okay, I have sewn all those together and I'm pressing towards D. Again, in my case, that's the green fabric here. And I'll move these out of the way so that way we can move on to step number 3. Okay, for step number 3, it says to join step 1 to the top of step 2, and we're going to press towards the bottom. We're making 4 of these. They should measure 6.5 inches square when it's all said and done with. We're going to label 2 of these as section 8B. So we're going to do this to all 4, but only 2 of them stay unmodified after that. So let's go ahead and put this together. All right, there we go. We have finished step 3. I'm going to take 2 of these and I'm going to label them section 8B. Okay, for step number 4, we're going to add the thin rectangle to the top of the remaining 2 step 3 units. So here we have step 3, and we're going to take our thin strip and add it right up here at the top, just like that. And we're going to do that on 2 of these, and that's going to make our 8C, section 8C. Okay, I have sewn on that little strip of C to go up on the top here. And I'm pressing towards that little strip of C, and there you go. This is going to make up our section 8C, and I'll label these with 8C. All right, there we go. There is all of our clues that we put together: 8A, 8B, and 8C. Thanks for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'm making it my goal in 2021 to hit 100,000 subscribers, but I need your help to make that happen. Take a moment and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then don't forget to check out the other great videos that I have here on my channel. Also, share this video with your friends and tell them to come check out the Off Kilter Crafter.